First and foremost, I start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Raquah Quadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all Yakim out there pushing the truth and sincerity and using your body as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures say. This is Karah from Children of the Light with another lesson. Pray you edified. And I've seen a few articles that's speaking about these half-eaten great white sharks, and watched a few videos on YouTube, so it inspired me to do this lesson, you know. So I'm gonna start with Psalms 104 and 25. So is this great and wide sea, right? Wherein all things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts, you know, which is speaking of the ocean, you know. You got both small, you got little crabs and mussels and you know. But then you also have great beasts like your orcas, your uh, great white sharks, your blue whales, whales, whatever the case may be, you know. All right. So is this great and wide sea wherein all things creeping innumerable, both small and great beasts. There go the ships. There is that Leviathan whom thou hast made to play therein, you know. And uh that's what Leviathan lays, right? If you're familiar with Leviathan, it's it's a ginormous creature, beast, scaly serpent that the Lord has made that dwells in the sea. I believe that's Second Ezra 6 and 50. Okay, let me see if I can get it. Well, I should already have it. Here it is, right here. This is Second Ezra 6 and 49. Mm, Okay, Second Ezra 6 and 49. Then didst thou ordain two living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch, which is man, and the other Leviathan, and didst separate the one from the other for the seventh part, namely, where the waters are gathered together, might not hold them both, right? Unto Enoch thou givest one part, which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 8,000 hills, which is the land. That's where man dwells. Man dwells on land. I believe the earth is 25% water. I mean, what am I saying? 25% land and 75% water, you know. And I might not be correct, but correct me if I'm wrong, you know. But there's way more water than there's land. But unto Leviathan thou givest the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and where. See, so Leviathan dwells in the ocean, man. You know? So I was watching the damn video, and look, this is the shark right here. So like it. This is the shark. The shark was bitten in half, man. Whatever came through took half this damn shark with it. And them great whites are massive, man. This shark is every bit of 10 feet, man. You know? And no damn orcas doing you in half like this, man. This was a bite. And it show you how the Lord, man, what they say, uh, uh, the Lord has created spirits and beasts, you know, um, for the day of vengeance, you know. Like the Lord is getting active, man. If you're familiar with what happened in Miami with the apparitions, but then you also have all of these stories uh, as of lately about these sharks that they're finding half eaten, you know, man. Whew. Scary times, man. Scary times. Bear with me, bear with me. Uh, this is Job 41 and 1. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? You know? And it's like, can you draw him out with your fucking fishing tools? You know? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Right? So will Leviathan beg? You know? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him with thy maidens? You know, and that's where you get that's where Hollywood get the idea of Godzilla from. You know, Godzilla comes from the Leviathan. Wilt thou play with him as with a bird, or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? Shall the companion make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Right? Um you don't go to no supermarket and find Leviathan meat, you know? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Lay thy hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down, even the sight of him? You know? None is so fierce that dare stir him up, who then is able to stand before me? Who have prevented me that I should repay him? Whosoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who have come to him with double uh, bridle? Who can open the door of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales, his scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal. So man, like, let me get an image, because man, this is Godzilla, man. You know, this is the Wikipedia on Leviathan. So bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. So let's pull up some images, just some images, so you get an imagination of what we dealing with. You know, that's goddamn Godzilla, man. Look at them armor scales, man. You're not piercing through that, man. You know? And remember, man, Esau has not discovered the whole ocean, man. You know? Esau, I think, discovered about 5% of the entire ocean. That look like a kraken, you know? Let me pull up an image of Godzilla, though. All right, there's Leviathan, right? So let's put up Godzilla. Everybody's familiar with how Godzilla look. Bear with me. Yeah, Leviathan, right? So let's look up the word Godzilla. And bear my lack of spelling. Uh, there we go. Um, I want the Etymon online. Okay. Let me see. We know God means Allah, which means power. So let's look up Zilla. Okay, I ain't really getting nothing there. Bear with me. Okay, it says producers from Toho Studios developed the film under the code name Project G for Giant sometime after hiring uh, Ishiro, Ishiro Honda to direct. They hit upon the name Gojira, which blends two Japanese words, Gorira, meaning gorilla, and Kujira, meaning whale. The combination conveys the creature's giant size. He's trying to get me subscribed to see the rest of that, right? So yeah, scratch that, right? I'll look deeper into that, into the meaning of Godzilla. Oh, here we go. Um, okay. Others suggest that Godzilla is a metaphor for the United States, a giant beast woken from the slumber. Yeah, yeah, it can say that, but shit, also it could also be Leviathan, being woken up from his slumber. Although he's not asleep, but shit, nobody has laid eyes on him, right? So when you do see him, that means the Heavenly Father has chosen him to bring vengeance on motherfuckers. So waking him up from his slumber to turn up on these motherfucking people, man. Because in the documentary that I was watching, right? Let me get to the point right here. And I hope they don't flag me. Please don't flag me.
We tagged 4 or 5 great white sharks, and one of them in particular, Shark Alpha, was around 9-10 feet in length. No small animal by any stretch of the imagination. About 2 months later, the tag showed this shark had been chased down the continental shelf edge, down to a depth of around 2,000 feet, where it appeared to have been devoured by something. And that something had an internal temperature of around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And that
Internal temperature, meaning that the shark is in whatever creature this is belly, man.
temperature, regardless of where the tag went.
And we know, through logic that the deeper that you go, the bigger the creatures, right? It's the same with the birds. The bigger birds fly higher than the actual prey birds. The eagles, the hawks, the ospreys, they actually fly higher than the smaller birds, man. You know, same way with the worms. They get bigger the deeper you go, the further you go underground. Bigger sharks swim at depths um lower than smaller sharks.
Then the depth, that temperature stayed relatively constant. It was a bubble of temperature, showing it was inside the stomach of something. What that could be, we don't know. But the proportions it would have to eat a great white is colossal. It would have to be massive. You're really starting to stray into.
You see what I'm saying? Hold on, I have another article. See, this is another damn article. Huge half-eaten shark washed up on Australia beach, equal parts cool and terrifying, right? This motherfucker ate in half. And this is a different clip from the one that I'm gonna actually have, on the front of the lesson, you know. But it says, who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal. One is so near to another that no air can come in between them, and they are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. By his knees and a light doeth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of morning. You know, and that's the same like how like Godzilla eyes look. Out of his mouth is burning lamps, and spark of fire leap out, and out of his nostrils goeth smoke, and out of a seething pot of cauldron. His his breath kindle coals, and a flame go out of his mouth. In his neck remains strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. The flakes of his flesh are joined together, and they are firm in themselves, and they cannot be moved. You know? So man, hey, man, whew, it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the living power, man, because when the Lord truly opened up his arsenal in these times to come, man, it's gonna be terrible tremblings, man. Not only with the chariots, and the insurrections, and the apparitions, and you got to deal with Leviathan. You got to deal with the wild beast. So that's all I got on this, man. I pray you were edified, and until next time, shalom.